Now on Sunrise, the methods of immigration arrests coming under question after a man was allegedly mauled by a dog as he was detained. Plus, Governor Tina Kotek announces she's running for re-election, and it sets up a rematch for Oregon's top job. Your news starts now. Good morning, and thanks for getting up with us as we kick off your Sunday. It is 6 o'clock. I'm Libby Dowsett alongside Corey Johnson. And coming into work, I was waiting to hydroplane, but really it kind of cleared out by that time.
Yeah, today will be really steady compared to what we'll see as we get into the later part of the week. We have an atmospheric river that is on the way, but this is kind of the calm before we get to that heavy amount of rainfall. So taking a look right now at our Rose City camera, pretty calm morning. Areas seeing sprinkles that are pretty widespread across our area. 50 degrees for us and cloudy right now. And this is really going to be the case as we get throughout much of the day. This is active radar. As I mentioned, scattered showers, more so than what we saw at this time yesterday morning. And that will continue throughout much of the day. That's what we're expecting to see. Our temperatures right now sitting rather comfortable at this time, seasonably, I should mention. 45 in the Dalles, 50 in Portland, 50 in Longview, Kelso, 48 near Astoria at this time. This is our Salem sky camera. You can see the droplets out on the camera at the Capitol right now, 51 and cloudy there. Our Vancouver camera, the springs at the waterfront, similar story, droplets, the rain coming down. It'll be steady, but not that measurable in the way of rainfall potential as we get throughout the rest of our Sunday. That changes though as we get into Monday and Tuesday as well. So this is our Providence Park camera. It also looks like cloudy conditions with a little bit of rainfall. So taking a look throughout the day, this is the system that we're going to continue to keep an eye on. As I mentioned, it's going to be steady as we get throughout much of the day. And then as we get into the later part of this week, that's when we do start to see an increase in rainfall and the flood watch risk because we do have an atmospheric river. I'll break down the timing of everything coming up.
Thank you, Corey.
I was in tears. He's screaming for help, and his wife, people begging for help. Like, what is wrong? Why is y'all doing this to him?
We are hearing from the neighbor of the Vancouver man who witnesses say was attacked by a Department of Homeland Security canine. The incident grabbing the attention of a U.S. senator. We have video of the moments after the attack. Our Jake Holter has the story.
A neighbor we spoke with says Wilmer Toledo Martinez was targeted by federal agents right here in front of his apartment last month. Agents then released a dog on him, leaving him with gashes all over his body before taking him to the ICE facility in Tacoma.
He's not doing anything.
Video captured last month shows Wilmer Toledo Martinez on the ground, a dog being held back by DHS agents. Before the video started, his attorney says Toledo Martinez was attacked by the dog. Photos show the extent of his injuries, gashes on his arms and side. The video being taken by his wife, a U.S. citizen and mother to their 3 young children. We caught up with neighbor John Williams Sr., who watched the incident happen.
His wife screaming, the kids in the car screaming. I'm glad his 7-year-old daughter wasn't here. The 2- and 3-year-old was here. And we were trying to ask what's going on, and they're telling her to get back, or we're going to sick the dog on you.
Toledo Martinez himself is undocumented after being brought to the U.S. when he was 15. According to his attorney, a federal agent lured Toledo Martinez out of his home under false pretenses, posing as a construction worker who claimed to have hit Wilmer's car and needed him to step outside to verify.
And he backed in his car, because this is my garage, and the truck just pulled up right here and scraped the front right here.
Williams says Toledo Martinez is loved in the community and a real asset.
It's just sad, and like I said, this young man worked. He take care of his family. He's very great in the community. He tried to help any and everybody.
He says he was in disbelief at what he was seeing.
I never saw nothing like this in my life, close up with no one, and it hurts. It really hurts, man, especially happening to a young man like that, man. A good, honest young man.
Democratic Senator from Washington, Patty Murray, is calling for Toledo Martinez's immediate release from the Tacoma facility. She writes, quote, "This should shock the conscience of every one of us. I do not want to live in an America where federal agents can sick attack dogs on peaceful residents with impunity and face no consequences." Jake Holter, KGW News.
ICE is pushing back against a claim their officers ran over a person as they were detaining him. We brought you this story yesterday. Again, this video may be difficult to watch. Thursday afternoon on 4th Plain near Z Street in Vancouver, witnesses captured two silver SUVs with what appear to be masked federal agents between them. Carbon Panawa says the agents were detaining her brother-in-law, Jose. When he was still on the ground, you can see the SUV on the right start to drive away, hit a bump, and then you hear screams.
They're hurting him.
Like when we heard his scream, that broke all of us, and I'm pretty sure that even the people that are not his family felt bad.
Seconds later, officers picked him up and put him in the back of the other vehicle. His family was told he was taken to the medical unit at the detention center. In a statement from ICE, from a spokesman, they say Panawana walked around normally immediately after without issue, and a medical evaluation showed 0 fractures, dislocations, or injuries. On Friday night in Oregon City, the Oregon Educators Association held a training designed to protect immigrant students and families. OEA says participants were able to learn skills and tools for preventing, responding to, and supporting communities impacted by potential ICE activity near school campuses and other locations. Region 1 Vice President Stephen Siegel says he believes students in certain communities have become afraid to come to school due to ICE activity.
It's been pretty scary. We see our attendance rates going down. Kids are coming to school afraid. Sometimes they're afraid to get on the bus.
And the Department of Homeland Security says ICE does not raid or target schools. And we have total coverage on these stories on KGW.com. And you can always keep it right here to see those stories and stay with us as we continue our total coverage. You can also stream us anytime on KGW+. Oregon Governor Tina Kotek is running for re-election next year. It potentially sets up a rematch against Republican Christine Drazan. John Adams has an early look at the race.
After nearly 3 years running the state of Oregon, Oregon Governor Tina Kotek has announced her bid for re-election in 2026.
I have never been prouder to work for you and with you. But the fight isn't over. I'm running for governor again because Oregon values are on the line.
In a pre-recorded announcement released Thursday morning, the governor highlighted her efforts to push back against the Trump administration's attempts to send National Guard troops to Portland and other administration policies.
So I think it's a good time for her to be running on that message, right? On a very, this is the position that Oregon took on the national stage.
Allison Gash, the political science chair at the University of Oregon, believes keeping the focus on the Trump administration and turning out voters in the Portland metro will be the governor's most likely path to re-election.
At the end of the day, what's going to matter for Kotek, I think, is whether Portlanders show up fundamentally. And that is typically how these things work in Oregon.
The 2026 election could be setting up as a rematch between Kotek and Republican State Senator Christine Drazan. Kotek edged Drazan by roughly 3.5% in 2022. Marion County Commissioner Danielle Bethel is also running on the Republican ticket. In a statement released Thursday, Drazan criticized Kotek's messaging, saying in part, she wants Oregonians to believe this race is about Washington, D.C., when it's really about our home. Gash says Drazan's chances hinge on whether a strong independent candidate will enter the race that siphons votes from Kotek and how much Drazan embraces Trump administration policies.
How distant is she going to be from Trump, right? How much is she going to distance herself from, the sort of like mainstream Republican Party voices?
And we dug into some recent polling to see just how popular Governor Kotek is amongst Oregonians. According to a Morning Consult poll from October, the governor's approval rating sits at plus 8%. That's one of the lower approval ratings for governors across the country. But more Oregonians approve of the governor than disapprove of her tenure.